What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of KAP Sports. Hope everybody had a good Christmas and New Year's break. I'm joined by, as always, Preston Simpson, and we have our very first special guest, senior from Bob Jones High School, Kaden Rickard.
What's up?
How's it going, baby? Welcome to the show. No pressure. It's all right. All right. So, Kaden is a senior at Bob Jones High School, committed to Murray State to play basketball, and we're going to jump right in and pick Kaden's brain a little bit as far as what got him to this point and his career going forward. So you just finished up with the Huntsville Classic. It's probably one of the biggest, most gauntlet tournaments other than the end of the season tournament, obviously. But kind of talk us through that and how was it? The atmosphere, the competition, all of it.
Yeah, it was great, you know, like that competition, and we probably had the hardest bracket to go through. I mean, Enterprise,
I was looking at that.
Enterprise, Huntsville,
a lot of close
Jemison,
scores.
Buckhorn, a bunch of good games just going through there. So, you know, that's just a early kind of testament to see where your team's at, where everybody's at, and you know, got through it and won it. So, you know, that just gives us a lot of momentum going forward.
Yeah,
towards the postseason. And, you know, just lets everybody see where we're at. We know where we're at, and we just get to go showcase in front of a bunch of people.
See, that's what I love about basketball and high school basketball is that y'all get the opportunity to do that, especially early or midway through the season. Whereas with football and baseball, there's really no big opportunities to do that, to really go up against good competition who you may see later on down the line, you know, when it comes to state and playing in the tournament. With the other sports, you're just playing your already predetermined games and that's it. And then, you know, you think you're a great team, and then you get to the state tournaments, and you're like, "Oh crap!"
You finally see a really good team.
Yeah, these teams are
blown off.
These teams are really good. Travel baseball, I got to experience that a lot. Playing some high level teams, but at least with high school basketball, at the high school,
they do it right.
Yeah. Such a great format. Getting those opportunities, like you said, to see where you're at, really and truly. You know, so I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Did y'all play multiple games a day? So it started. What day did it start?
I think it started Thursday. We played one Thursday. It
was the day after Christmas.
Correct? It was the day after Christmas. Okay. So we played Thursday, and then we played 2 Friday, and then the championship on Saturday. Yeah.
So it is a gauntlet, and there's 20-something teams in it.
16.
Okay.
16 teams. Yeah.
And they're all from the area, North Alabama.
Some it fluctuated a little bit, but mostly majority were north, and then a little bit down, I think.
Okay. So, and I'm a stooge when it comes to this. So do the same teams go every single year, or do you have to be invited to it?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too.
So last year there was a few. We played an Ohio team, a team from Ohio.
At the Huntsville Classic?
At the Huntsville City Classic.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So,
that's really cool.
Yeah, we played them the first round last year and won that, but it fluctuates, I guess. It's just a bunch of whoever can come play in it.
That's a big deal.
But majority, it's pretty good teams that they let in.
You probably still got your homegrown names, Bob Jones, Huntsville, Grissom, Sparkman, your main local bigger.
I doubt Sparkman, but is Sparkman there?
Sparkman was there.
Okay, their team was there, but maybe not.
No, I'm pretty sure they won the first round, and then they played Grissom, I want to say, and lost against Grissom.
Okay.
And then
I still got bad blood against Grissom. They put us out in baseball playoffs my junior and senior year. Wow. So
yeah, but
whatever.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously you were the tournament MVP, right?
Yeah.
MVP,
yeah, dude.
Did you get a trophy for that?
I think they send it out later. We got, because they don't even have the trophy right now. They got to get it engraved. 2024 Bob Jones champions.
You should have told them after the first game, y'all can go ahead and get that made for us now.
I'm not leaving this arena until I get something.
So what was it? I mean, I've watched some video on you now. I mean, you're a stud, dude. You go out there and ball. Yeah. So what's it like? When you step on that court, you just know you're that dude. I'm the best on this court. No one's handling me.
It's more just a thing. What can I do to help my team?
Okay, so he's a LeBron guy.
You're not one dimensional.
He's a LeBron guy.
I feel like what I do best on the court is I help my teammates do their best.
I respect that. See, that's how I approach everything too. Not just sports, but if my guys. Shut up. It's true. You know it is. If the people, because I know I'm gonna give my best. So if the people around me, if I can see what they're good at or not good at, then I'm gonna like put them in the positions that I know they're good at and help them excel at that. And if we need to work on what they're not good at, then we'll work on that too. But I'm gonna help you excel. So that's a great thing to have for that mindset at like such a young age, because not enough kids do, not enough teens, young men, however you want to word it. So I think that's really important.
Yeah, because last year it was my first year with Bob Jones, and I was like, we were a pretty young team. We only had 2 seniors, a bunch of juniors, a bunch of sophomores on varsity. So it was kind of like tough, like stepping into a leading role right away. But this year, I mean, and I've already known those guys for like all my life. Like I went to middle school, elementary school with half of them. So it's not like I'm stepping into an entirely new environment. But just this year, being around them last year, we didn't have a great season last year. I think we ended 13-17 maybe, like a little under 500. But this year right now we're 14-7 after the Huntsville City Classic. So, it's just easier step into a leadership role. Like I know the guys will listen to me now. I know they trust me. I know I trust them. Like it's just more of like let's just put this all together now. Like
we've been doing this together for so long. Like, let's go play ball.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
So are you more of like a vocal guy on the court, off the court, or are you just like you watch me and I will lead you hopefully in the right direction?
I'm not going to say I'm super vocal, but like if I'm seeing the issue, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to say something, but I'm not going to like tell you every single thing. Like it's just more of like if you're not ready to play, then like someone else is going to step up and play.
No, he's giving me like Bryce Young vibes, like a very like kind of like you're hitting that as like a very much like let me go out there and show you, like follow my lead like a true leader does. Like that's just hearing you talk and like watching you play. That's immediately the charisma you give off. So
you're saying last year was your first year, but where were you at before Bob Jones?
I was at Westminster Christian Academy.
That's right. Yep.
My 9th and 10th grade year. Yeah. And then 10th grade year we lost in state, and then I transferred back to where I would be Bob Jones my 11th grade year.
What made you make that decision? Just better opportunities or?
It was just better opportunities, more competition, 7A versus like 4A. So it was like just jump in competition, wanted to get seen more, wanted to, all that.
So before, we'll backtrack a little bit now before you get into high school. So you grew up playing AAU ball.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about that and your career through that? I'm sure you've seen probably really good competition from when you were 10, 11 years old until obviously now. So you can dive into that a little bit and go from there.
I played a bunch of people when I was little. Like I played Trey McKinney. He's going to Michigan right now, like signed to Michigan. I played against the Boozer twins when I was like 5th, 6th grade. Played against
like Carlos Boozer.
Yeah, Carlos Boozer.
They're going to Duke.
Yeah. I played against Bryce James.
I was going to ask, like for real.
Yeah, I played against Bryce James. I've seen Bronny play at tournaments. Like seen Carmelo. Like I've seen a lot of people down like levels of AU. But I mean, I started with ABA, Alabama Basketball Academy. I started playing with them when like elementary school years, just going up with that. Like there was a bunch of people on that team, like from the Huntsville team. Like JD Gossett was on that team. Simon Walker was on that team.
I've heard people talking about him. Simon Walker a lot.
Josh Bowman was on that team. Another dude from Huntsville. Like just a bunch of people that y'all would probably know. Jeremiah from Buckhorn.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all know him.
What's the other kid from Buckhorn?
Fred.
He just transferred from Buckhorn to go somewhere else. Was his last name Holt?
Oh, Caleb.
Caleb Holt.
Caleb.
Yeah.
I played with him later, like middle school years on a team called Open Court.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. So, and you said you played on Pro 1 Basketball Club. We've seen that a lot of players from that team have signed to play college ball too. Mm-hmm. So you had some studs on that team.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was one of the best teams I've been a part of, and it was great because Danny, our coach, he a great guy. He recruited me my junior year, right before that. Because right before my junior year, I was with Atlanta Express out of Atlanta, and that was difficult, you know, making that drive.
I can imagine. Yeah,
4-hour drive, practice on the weekends almost every week. So that wasn't great, but. I got with Pro 1, had a great team. I think we had 7 D1 commits on that team, 7. And then on the all the lower level teams, 8 D2s, a bunch of people going to college for basketball.
Do you feel like that? I know when we were growing up how like big that type of basketball was, but like I'm curious. Like it's probably grown since we were your age. Do you feel like it really helped continue to develop your game outside of like what you probably would have been able to accomplish just playing high school ball or rec ball, if you will? Or do you feel like that's a big reason why you're able to evolve your game and then also like get the offers from colleges that you're able to?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, high school, it's where you like define what you're doing, all that. But AAU, it's really where you go out and like showcase your ability.
Yeah.
Like that's where you're playing in front of coaches. You're playing against nationally ranked players on like, because we played on the Player One played on the Under Armour circuit, so there was a bunch of like nationally ranked players, like guys going
Just
everywhere.
a gauntlet every time you step on the floor.
And I'm glad you say that because I tell so many people with parents who are like parents of teens, they think that like, oh, you just got to show out in high school. Like that's not the case. Like you got to be recording yourself every play, every game, putting yourself out there, going to these, for football, 7-on-7 camps all throughout the year.
Yeah.
Basketball, doing what y'all do. Baseball, travel baseball where they have, the big tournaments where all the college coaches are coming.
Yeah.
Like that's, you said it perfectly. High school is where you define yourself. But like those tournaments is where you get seen, right?
Absolutely.
So I think that's a perfect way to put it.
So AAU ball, where's like the craziest place you traveled to play a tournament?
Craziest place I've traveled? Well, the farthest, I think, Arizona. That was my first time ever being on a plane. So like,
oh, yeah.
we flew to Arizona. That was when I was with Atlanta Express for a UA event. And then we had like one in North Carolina. We had one in Georgia isn't that far, but still Georgia. And then we had one in Chicago this year. That was fun. So probably like Chicago, Arizona.
So do y'all play every weekend? Is it like
it would be like we'd have one session and then it would be like a little, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then the next session. And then it was 3 sessions and I think a championship, or it was 2 sessions and then a championship.
So you're playing multiple games a day?
Yeah, it's basically like you're playing and then you get to like that's your seeding. Right. So it's kind of like a big tournament almost. Yeah. So you play a bunch of games, you get your seeding, how many games you win, and then you get to the championship bracket play, and then whatever bracket you get in, championship.
Just a gauntlet.
Yeah, and then you would play like five games in like 2-3 days.
Yeah,
during those things. So it was.
So how many teams? Like I know it's separated by age groups, but how many teams typically would be within like that age group you're playing?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's just so they probably play all day, all night.
Oh yeah, from like whenever the place opens up to like 7, 8 at night. Yeah, just a bunch of games.
So out of the names of people you've named earlier, like who's like some of the best competition you've like played against? They're like
best,
like player wise or even team wise. Like
yeah,
you can say none. You can say none. That's fine.
Yeah.
No, I mean this year we played like teams like Team Curry. They were really good.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean played a dude who's at OTE now. Played a dude named Kai Rogers. He's like ranked like 50th, 80th, like between that range in the nation.
Wow.
He's like a 6'11". So I mean, and then it's just like you play so many people, it gets to a point you're like
it's a blur.
Yeah. But best player, like I couldn't even.
There's not one that just stands
we
out.
played against a guy.
I mean, you like earlier, you're naming like obviously Bryce and Carmelo's son and some other guys. So I mean, I know you said you saw them. I didn't know if you ever got to play them or just anybody. I mean,
we played against a guy named King's Grace. He's going to Mississippi State, I believe.
That's an awesome name.
He gave us work. I'll just say that he gave us work. Yeah, he's good.
So like some of these guys, like do you feel like with this guy you just named, like you feel like he is someone that like definitely sets himself apart from like the rest and type of thing? Like
yeah, it's
like
just
they're deserving of those like top 50 rankings and nationally.
I'm pretty sure he's ranked top 50 nationally.
Yeah.
I don't know like exact number, but I'm pretty sure he is. But yeah, you can tell when someone plays above the competition like that. They kind of stand out, and you're like, you kind of already know who it is. But like you can tell when someone stands out like that. Yeah.
Iron sharpens iron every time you step on the court.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
Sorry. So that was your, earlier career in the Bob Jones. So you just scored your 1,000th point. Am I seeing that correctly?
Yeah.
So when is that with your Bob Jones career, or is that high school career?
That's all high school.
Okay.
Because I didn't get to play varsity my freshman year.
Okay.
Because I transferred.
So this is in 2.5 years.
Basically three.
Because you're halfway through.
Yeah, sophomore, junior, and then this year.
2.5 years.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
It's big deal, dude.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how many kids get to that point of scoring 1,000 points.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a really big deal.
Yeah.
To do it, especially in that time frame.
It's a lot of freaking points.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What's your favorite part of your game?
Favorite part of my game?
Or what?
I mean, people see me as a scorer nowadays. I feel like I'm really a better passer than I am a scorer. I feel like, I can just see stuff on the court. I can see the way things are going. I feel like
the game is very slow for you now.
Yeah, I feel like I keep my pace. I'm not going to get sped up by other people. I'm not going to let people speed me up.
Remember I always used to tell you about how that's how the teams should play the Warriors. They always wanted to play fast and try to play to their speed. And that's why they get whooped. If I was a coach for an NBA team playing the Warriors, I'd be like, y'all are going to play at our speed. We're not matching y'all.
And that's such a big part of the game now. If a team speeds you up and doesn't let you run your stuff,
Yeah. No, that's really cool. Again, you clearly are a very smart kid and have a really good basketball IQ. And I think that's extremely important. So that will help you. I think that's going to continue to help you set you apart from, your peers and those around you.
Yeah. So did you know you were close to reaching that mark, or did somebody tell you after you did it?
I knew before the tournament I was close. I didn't know what range I was in. I knew I was 900s.
Oh yeah.
And then it was
they'd stop the game for you.
Nah. I remember I caught the ball at the 3. I dribbled left and did a spin move and hit a jumper, and then I heard over they called my name out, and then after they said has hit his 1,000th career point. So and it's mid-game, so I can't really I'm smiling, but I'm trying to
win the game.
So was that the move you were wanting to get it on? Did you have a premeditated how am I going to get this?
You wanted to poster somebody. Don't lie, bro.
I wanted it to be something
buzzer
cool.
Beater.
I wanted it to be something cool. It looked good, so I'm happy about
whatever
that.
looks good on film.
Yeah, it looked good, so I was happy.
Dude, I'm sure there's Greg. Do you know who Greg Machen is? He does all the pictures for your yearbooks and everything.
Probably.
Senior portraits.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, you probably don't know him, but you know his name. He does all your pictures. I'd hit up Greg Machen because I guarantee you he has a picture of you hitting that shot, and you get it and you get it framed.
So that's better than me, because I would have had this massive thing. I would have played it out so much in my head of what I wanted to do to score my 1,000th point, but it never come.
Yeah,
especially if I could dunk. I'm definitely trying to put somebody on a poster for my 1,000th point.
Yeah, I'm trying to ruin some careers after that. Make them think if they want to play basketball again.
So that's really cool. So you scored your 1,000th point, you won the Huntsville City Classic, and got the MVP all in the same weekend.
Yeah, crazy weekend.
That's awesome.
Dude, it's only up from here for you.
Yeah, it was crazy. That's and then I probably played in the craziest game I've ever played in.
So I saw you beat one. You guys won by 1 point. It was in the semifinals.
Semis against Huntsville. Yeah, that insane.
Because you probably had 10,000 people in that game watching.
It was crazy because I hit a shot to send it to OT, and then I hit a shot, tied it, I think 48-48. They came down, missed a buzzer beater, so we got sent it to OT. And then they went on this 7-0 run. It was and then the score ended up being 57-50 with 30 seconds left.
You told me I scored 8 points, and
we came down, missed a 3. One of my teammates, Ethan Horton, he got a steal, kick out, hit a 3. I got a steal, get it back to me, hit a 3 in the span of 10 seconds. There's a clip. It's just it's insane. It's 3.
You blink and you miss it.
We're gonna have to get that. We're gonna get that video. We're gonna tie it in.
It's crazy. And the announcer just goes crazy and it's screaming.
I'm sure y'all couldn't hear because obviously y'all were communicating on the court during this time, like trying to figure out what the crap to do. And you've got all these people screaming and hollering
and people were leaving. Like, it was 30 seconds left, down by 7. Like, people were getting up and leaving. And then we hit the 3, and you just see people start looking over the rim.
Like, wait a second, hold on, we got action.
That's the 2016 finals right there.
Yeah,
right?
it was insane. And then we foul.
Oh, can't foul.
And then we foul, but he missed one, made one. So it was 58-56. We draw a play. I get it. I come down off a screen, pass it to my teammate Eric Merrow. He hits a 3 to put us up one with like 3 seconds left, and then they go down and miss like a fadeaway buzzer beater to win.
Y'all went nuts after that.
Oh,
too.
it was insane.
And that was just the semifinals.
Yeah, and
that was right before you had to play the championship.
Yeah, right before we had to play in the championship.
But y'all kind of handled the championship a little bit too.
Yeah, it was a close game. We knew that, like, Buckhorn, we played them before. We were 1-1 against the season against them already. And then we knew who they had. We knew their guys. We know like what we had to do to win. And then we finally started to pull away. Jacob Parks, he had 28 that game. He had like 6 threes.
Oh man,
my teammate. Yeah, he was feeling it.
Well, he went 6 for 9.
6 for like 9.
Yeah,
and then he was feeling it. So
green bar all game.
Yeah, we just gave him the ball, and he kept hitting. He just kept hitting threes, and then that we built up like a 12, 14 point lead in the 4th, and then coasting.
So, and that goes back to what you were talking about. You know, at the beginning, it's like you get to see now going forward. Like, hey, we were down 7 with 30 seconds left in the Huntsville City Classic, and got it done.
Yeah,
like that gets you calloused quick,
especially against
that's
a team like Huntsville.
That's going to help you a lot. I mean, you probably already know that, but if you didn't, like, that really will, like, that's going to help you so much going forward, because like when you're in those moments again in the big games,
it's like you got this.
Like you know as a team, like y'all can overcome that,
and we've done it before.
Absolutely,
that's really cool. Yeah.
Especially against a team like ranked 17th in the nation at the time. They were ranked 17th.
Huntsville was ranked
17th.
Are you serious?
17th in the nation when we beat them.
Wow, I didn't realize that they're like that good.
Yeah.
So you got Bob Jones. Y'all were ranked 8th in the state.
8th in the state.
Okay.
Yeah. There was like a number, like they put like our national ranking. It was like 17th Huntsville versus like 5,187.
Oh, they tried to do y'all dirty.
What was that? Their first loss in 4 years or something?
They were 17-0 coming into our game.
Yeah.
And then like last year, I think they only lost like 3 games, and one of them was Montverde. Like, I don't know if y'all know what Montverde is, but it's basically like where Cooper Flag went last year.
Oh, okay.
If you
That's
know
all you had to say.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I did not know Huntsville was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
Not
good.
anymore.
They're good.
Bob
They're
Jones
good.
got 'em.
Dude,
So y'all are 6A?
7A.
7A now.
7A.
Huntsville also 7A?
Yeah, they're 7A too.
So y'all are potentially on another collision course, head to head.
Yeah, if we both make it, yeah.
So are y'all in the same area or no?
We're not in the same area.
Okay.
It's like they'll be on the other side of the bracket as us. We'll have to meet in like the Final Four or championship, I believe.
Oh, I'm seated for that one.
Perfect. Yeah, I think we need to show up for that
Yeah.
one. A little rematch.
Yeah.
All right, so obviously a successful high school career to this point. I didn't know if you knew this, and I'm not going to throw a burden on anything, but the last state championship for Bob Jones, you know when that was?
2010, yeah.
Our senior year at Sparkman. Which Sparkman we had.
Why would you throw that out?
Well, I'm just
Why are
saying.
you trying to show our age?
That's fair.
Come on.
People know by now.
Yeah.
But so yeah,
It comes
2010.
fast.
So you get it done.
Yeah, that
This
and
year.
then we haven't won I think it said it like after we won the Huntsville City Classic, it said, or every time we like right before we played, it would say the last time we won the Huntsville City Classic, it was 2003 and 2011.
Wow.
So
So what's setting y'all apart this year? Like, I mean, do y'all have a lot of the same core guys? I know you said you only had 2 seniors last year.
We
Like,
only lost 2 seniors last year.
like, what's setting y'all apart this year to like make such a big change? Like,
I think it's just everybody knows what they can do. Everybody knows their role. Everybody knows like what they're good
huge,
at. Yeah.
huge, such important for a team.
Yeah, and
like, you know your role.
everybody's really like set. Like we had a bunch of sophomores with no varsity experience. A bunch of them are really settling into the roles as junior now. What they need to do on the court, like what they can do on the court. Like it's just
everyone can't be the superstar.
Yeah, and then it's just like it was difficult being so young, playing teams that were so much older than us last year, but now we're the older team.
Just felt like y'all were getting thumped every game last year.
Yeah, it was just like, man, we had so many like 1-point losses, we lost on 2 buzzer beaters last year, half court, one of them in an area game. It was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough.
So the coach you got this year, this is his second year at Bob
Yeah,
Jones?
this is his second year. Last year was his first year.
Okay, so it was kind of new for everybody last year.
Yeah,
I know
everything was new.
he goes to bed at night, kneeling on the edge of his bed, thanking the good Lord you're on his team.
All right, so going forward, you've now committed to Murray State recently. Congratulations.
Yes,
they
congrats,
are
man.
a well-known basketball school, but you also had some other offers out there. You had Belmont, Kennesaw State, Chattanooga, Troy, UIC, which is University of Illinois Chicago, for those who didn't know, and Lipscomb. So
How many they played there?
out of those, why Murray State? What stood apart?
What really stood apart is like the coaching staff, like, and like their style of play. Like I feel like their style of play is exactly like what I'm good at, like what I'm ball screens, handoffs, like all that type of stuff, getting downhill, like all that type of stuff, movement. That's like what I do well. So I love that about them. And then the coaching staff, their head coach, Coach Prom, I love him. He's a great guy. Their assistants, Antoine Jackson, like those are my guys. Like it really made me feel like home before I even like committed, did anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was great. They always texted me, always checked how I was, and I liked that a lot. And
You felt important to him.
yeah, it was great. It was great. And I'm not saying other schools didn't do that, but it was just like, I don't know. And then when I took my visit up there, it was right before our season started, like right while AAU was going on. It was just, I loved it. It was up home, like stayed in a hotel down there, met the team. Like it was great.
Yeah.
It was
So
great.
like you just knew instantly, like it was a good fit, like,
Yeah.
you know, personally and then, you know, really professionally.
And like I said,
Yeah.
it's not a knock to the other teams. It's like you like what you like. And
Yeah.
sorry about it.
You could probably tell that was going to give you the best chance to succeed in basketball, but like grooming you as a young man, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, absolutely. Because they were my first offer too. So, you know,
that means something.
yeah, it means something. Yeah.
All right. So, you know, have they talked to you about like what your role would be coming in as a freshman? Would you get some court time, or would you kind of sit and?
We haven't really talked about what it's going to be. I'm sure it all depends on how I go up there, practice, play, like during the summer. Like
Yeah.
it really all just depends on
Yeah.
that. Because I mean, I can't go up there.
And making any demands.
Like,
Make
well,
it-
I made it now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got to go out there, put some hard work in, you know, and then
The best way to ever make it is to always keep in mind you never made it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So with their team that they got this year, are they going to have a lot of returning guys coming back? Or are they an older team?
They're kind of older. They have most of their guards are seniors. Like a bunch of their more court like guards that get court time are seniors. So that's another reason. Like I was like, okay, that's good. A bunch of seniors. I'll be able to like learn, be able to see what they're doing now, watching the games. So it's just like there are a bunch of people like not returning. So I'm sure they're going to get some transfer portal people, of course. But
Yeah.
I mean, from what it looks like, I'll have the best chance to play like out of a bunch of other schools that are going to be there. So that was another reason. Like I want to be able to play. I don't want to have to just sit and wait, you know, 3 years just to get any court time, of course. But I mean, if I'm not performing, then
Yeah.
Right, you have to look
well.
yourself in the mirror at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you've been playing so much ball, you know, up to this point and finishing out, you know, your senior year. I'm sure a lot of players go through this when they're the guy in AAU ball, high school, all the way up, and then they have to go sit at a college 1, 2, like you said, maybe even 3 years, or they bounce
Yeah.
from school to school thinking they're going to get playing time, and it never happens.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure that's probably what sets apart, you know, your really good ones who stick it out and who try to earn their spot on the court, or the ones who don't get their way right away. It's like, you know, screw this, I'm out.
yeah, absolutely. It's just like it's a different game nowadays. Like transfer portal, everybody can go wherever they want now. NIL that skyrocketed a bunch of places. So you know, it's really what people like, what they want out of things nowadays. That's a big decision. Playing time's a big decision. Money they're getting is a big decision. It's like
Okay, so
Playfield has totally
I'm
changed.
glad you said that. So we're kind of having an argument before you got here.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously NIL is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Right. And it does impact a lot of, young athletes' decisions, and as it should, because, whether you come from money or not, it's still probably no amount, it's not money that they're ever been accustomed to.
Mm-hmm.
But, Colton was kind of making the argument that like it probably does impact a lot of decisions after they've been in school for a year or two to then pursue another school because they've been getting offered money. And I agree to an extent, but for me, I don't feel like it has that much weight because, as men, like we're just natural warriors, we're fighters, like, and when you've been putting in the work for so long and you love the game of basketball, like you want to go out and compete and you want to go out and win and you want to show that I'm the best on the court and it's not always about chasing the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that's something that like, that we were kind of going back and forth on it. And again, like money is a deciding factor. And just piggybacking off of what he said, like, they'll chase the money and then they won't get the playing time. And then, and we're really referencing like college football.
Yeah.
Because we see it so often in college football. And then they don't even get the opportunity to play when they go to that next second or third or even fourth school. And then they don't get to continue living out their dream, or they may lose their NIL deal after 1 or 2 years because they're not playing or performing or whatever. So for me, it's like, again, we know it's about the money, but like, is it really always about the, and you haven't had these opportunities quite yet that you absolutely will. But I mean, like if that type of thing happened to you, like let's say you're balling out at Murray State and like, a Duke or North Carolina like came and approached you and like, hey, we're going to give you some money. Like, and you don't have to answer that, but like, I mean, just like, but I'm just saying like, do you think that like you'd walk away from a school that like bet on you and gave you everything and, you're balling out there, you're taking them to the March Madness, playing with them and like you're winning there to go chase money. Like, do you want, like for me, like I love being the underdog. Like I love taking the guys that, never thought that could make it to this point and trying to do the whole thing, win it all, so I know that was a lot there, but sorry.
No, it's good. It's just, I mean, I think it really all depends on like the person, what they're doing, what they're going through, what their means of life are. Cause some people's plans always isn't going to be basketball at the end of the day. So, I mean, if they're getting like $100,000-$200,000 to go to a school for a year or 2 years, just for them to graduate and then have that money after go to job. I mean, who wouldn't like, if that's their plan, who wouldn't do that? Yeah. But it's all like a different like playing field. Like I said, I mean, someone will go there just because they're getting $100,000 more than the other school. But I can't really say what I would do. It's all
situation.
I know that's so hard to answer. Like it no one knows what they do until they're in that moment.
Yeah, because I mean, it's all about opportunity. Like Murray's giving me the opportunity to go play college basketball. I can't say what I'll do in 2 years. I don't know what I'll be doing in 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, no, I know.
It's all opportunity. You gotta just seize your opportunity and do well with that.
That's right.
So outside of basketball, what are you, as far as like your major goes, like what are you going to school for other than basketball? Like, what are you interested in?
Right now it's between business. I mean, business, everybody does business right now. But I mean, it was looking at business or like cybersecurity. Those are those two I was interested in.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's good. It's always got to have a plan B.
Well, you come from a great area. Huntsville is highly known for it, with the Arsenal. So that's a really good field to go into. Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things about it. I know a few people like close to my family that have done it. So, and it seems like kind of not like fun, of course, but like it seems like a interesting thing to do. Like,
it's fun.
Yeah.
Cybersecurity. Nerd. All right. Well, Kaden, best of luck to you for the rest of your season. We're obviously rooting for Bob Jones a little bit harder now that we know you. We wouldn't say that 15 years ago.
I hated Sparman, so.
But best of luck to you in your career, and we'll be following a whole lot closer now that we've got to know you, and hopefully we can do this again before you head off to college.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
We're really excited to have you on, man. You did great. you're very professional. You did handle yourself a lot better than I expected an 18-year-old kid too. So you did really good, man. So
Thank you.
we hope the best for you.
Thank you.
Yep. See you, buddy.
See you.